What if I told you that being a genius isn't always a gift? That some of the smartest people alive struggle with things a normal person would never even think about? Chronic overthinking, deep loneliness, and a mind that never, ever shuts off. We picture genius as glamorous, Einstein at the chalkboard, a prodigy solving equations no one else can touch. But behind that image is a psychology most people never see. And today, we're going inside it. This is cognitive glitch. And this is the mind of extremely high IQ. Let's start with the basics. IQ, intelligence quotient, measures specific cognitive abilities, pattern recognition, working memory, logical reasoning, processing speed. An average IQ score sits around 100. Anything above 130 is considered gifted, and the rarest of the rare, above 145, represents less than 0.5% of the population. But here's what most people don't realize. A high IQ doesn't just mean thinks faster. It means the brain is wired differently, and that wiring comes with side effects nobody warns you about. Psychologists have observed something strange in highly intelligent individuals, a tendency toward what's called rumination. Repetitive, deep analytical thinking that doesn't stop even when it should. A brilliant mind doesn't just see one possibility, it sees 10. It sees the risk, the exception, the flaw, the counterargument, all at once, all the time. For an average decision, that's exhausting. For a high-stakes one, it can become paralyzing. This is why so many gifted individuals report anxiety, not because they're weak, but because their brain refuses to stop calculating. Here's where it gets even stranger. Some of the most intelligent people in history struggled to fall asleep, not because of stress, but because their minds simply wouldn't power down. Researchers have noted that highly intelligent individuals often report more active dream states and difficulty switching off at night. Their brain treats rest like an interruption, not a relief. Now let's talk about childhood, because this is where the pattern starts. Here's a psychological pattern researchers call asynchronous development, when a person's intellectual growth outpaces their emotional or social development, especially in childhood. Imagine being 9 years old with the reasoning ability of a college student, but still needing the emotional support of a 9-year-old. That mismatch creates isolation. Peers don't relate, adults don't understand, and the gifted mind learns early that connection is harder to find than knowledge. This is often called existential depression, a state where a highly intelligent person confronts life's biggest questions, meaning, mortality, purpose, far earlier and far more intensely than most people ever do. While other kids are asking, "What's for lunch?" a gifted child is quietly asking, "Why does any of this matter?" And there's no one around to answer. You'd think supreme intelligence would create supreme confidence. It's often the opposite. Many high IQ individuals report chronic imposter syndrome, the persistent feeling that their success is luck, not skill, and that they'll eventually be found out. Why? Because a mind built to detect flaws in everything turns that same lens on itself. The same pattern recognition that solves complex problems also spots every gap in their own knowledge and refuses to let it go unnoticed. And here's the cruel irony psychologists call the Dunning-Kruger effect in reverse. The less someone knows, the more confident they often feel. But the more someone learns, the more they realize how much they don't know, which makes truly brilliant people some of the most self-doubting people alive. There's a psychological pattern called intellectual asynchrony in adulthood. The disconnect gifted people feel in everyday conversation. Small talk can feel unbearably shallow. Social rituals can feel illogical. And expressing genuine excitement about an idea can be met with blank stares instead of engagement. Over time, many high IQ individuals learn to mask this, dumbing down their language, hiding their curiosity, just to fit in. It's a quiet, invisible cost of being different. Some even describe it as wearing a mask every single day, performing normal so they don't come across as arrogant, intense, or too much. There's also something called heightened sensory sensitivity. Many highly intelligent people report being more affected by bright lights, loud noises, certain fabrics, even other people's emotions in a room. Their nervous system doesn't just process information faster, it processes everything more intensely. But this isn't a story about suffering. High cognitive ability also brings extraordinary strengths: rapid problem solving, creative insight, an almost obsessive drive to understand the world. Many of history's greatest breakthroughs, in science, art, and philosophy, came from minds that couldn't stop questioning. The very trait that causes overthinking is the same trait that drives discovery. Think about it. Every world-changing idea started with someone who refused to accept that's just how things are. Someone whose brain kept asking, "But why?" long after everyone else had stopped caring. The psychology of genius isn't a flaw. It's a double-edged gift, powerful, but demanding to carry. So the next time you meet someone who seems to overthink everything, or someone who feels alone in a room full of people who don't get them, remember, their mind might simply be running a race most of us can't see. And maybe, just maybe, if you're watching this and everything we described feels a little too familiar, you might be closer to that mind than you think. If this deep dive into the human mind fascinated you, hit subscribe,